Now, Hank Pym is also called the Wasp. Now, please.
Someone peeing?
You're
sorry, I live here. I have to go to the bathroom.
Sorry.
Why would you do that?
Turn off the microphone when you're peeing.
There are people here for like 3 hours a night. Go!
This is my house!
That's true. That's true.
You are guests!
I'm sorry, something was happening before that happened.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
He was about to shout, "Get off my lawn."
Hank Pym's the Wasp. If
Yes.
she comes back, she's the Wasp. What do we do?
Yeah.
I think the guy who's the male with blonde hair and blue eyes gets to still be the Wasp.
Okay.
Nice.
And thank you.
World War Wasps.
World War no. Actually, we've had talks like that at Marvel where they're like Green Hulk, Red Hulk, and this guy's that guy and that guy, and there's Bucky Cap and Cap.
Yeah.
And everyone keeps saying, why can't you have more? And I'm like, okay, next year it'll be, everybody. You'll have, I don't know, like Constrictor and Mad Thinker and Mad Thinker. We're just taking it all the way down the line.
Yeah, I can't think of any more names.
We're done.
Names? We're done.
We're done.
We're done here. Everything old is new again, just like Bare Naked Lady said.
And see.
I would like to ask you a quick question, if I may. All your books are hilarious, especially this one. I love the grandpa stuff. That was hysterical.
The Grandpa is the global reaction agency for mysterious paranormal activity.
Yes.
We've known you from you being guests on the show and interviewing Comic Cons and stuff like that. You're hilarious. Do you actually? Does it?
Not now with that build-up.
But do you work on it a little bit, or is it just you're just putting pen to paper and it comes out naturally? I mean, it just seems.
I think I just try to be straight and everyone laughs at me.
Tears of a clown, really.
Actually, I want to talk about with this because I'm noticing on your Twitter stream you've been talking about working in the Marvel style versus scripting out. What did you do with this, and what's for those who don't know what the Marvel style is? Could you talk about that a little bit?
In the old days, Stan would just write his basic ideas and then have an artist draw them, and then he'd get the art back, and then he'd script them, kind of like adding sound on a silent movie. And that's considered Marvel style. And what I do is, the first ever script I wrote for Marvel, for an issue of Mighty Mouse, was written full script, and I was told, don't do it that way, do it Marvel style. So I had to go out and take all the dialogue out and strip it down and give that to the artist. And it was kind of, full script was beaten out of me, and now I'm the last guy who does it that way. I'm the dinosaur.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My stuff, it's really like a bastard version of, it's somewhere in the no man's land between full script and Marvel style, where if there's like a specific line of dialogue that I really like, it'll be in there. Like if that's the punchline to something big. Did you guys read the first part of the, when the Mighty Avengers fought the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
And you have that scene with Reed and Hank going back and forth on the view screen, and at one point, Hank says to Reed Richards, like, that device that you have, I should really have it. It's based on Pym particles. I should be the guy who owns it. And Reed goes, well, in that case, I should keep it because everyone knows, Hank, I know more about Pym particles than you. and everyone just sits there and, like, one of the characters does a spit take, like, oh. Someone else goes, like, oh, snap. And the last line is Hank Pym goes, Dr. Richards? He's like, it's on, bitch. So it's like, that's the script. Like, that whole scene is completely dialogue. But other stuff, or like how they were saying it. Like, in my mind, it was a very kind of Kevin McGuire, Justice League-y kind of smirky, fun. Steven Segovia, but it's kind of left open. Like, he's angry, he's yelling, he's doing this. And when the artist Steven Segovia drew it, it like looked like people yelling Conan swears at each other. Like, what's wrong? Everyone like veins and screaming and yelling. And, or like I'll write a scene where like Peter Parker and Harry Osborn are having a disagreement, and I'll be writing like Harry's mad at Peter because he's saying this and this, and then when you get the art back from like Marcus Martin, Harry's like simmering, instead of like he's like and someone else will draw it.
And so then you have to change your dialogue to suit the art.
Yeah, so then you start correcting it and changing it, or not really correcting it. The artist is giving you these gifts. He's giving you this beautiful art, and then you go, okay, now how does the script come out of this?
More collaborative.
Exactly. I think you get, by working that style, I feel I get a better give and take in the play with the artist. Like when I was doing New Ace Today with John Romita Jr., I had a scene where Spider-Man was running around and kicking all these guards at the Thunderbolt headquarters.
Yeah.
and I get this phone call from John going, don't I have to just draw Spider-Man punching and kicking people? I've drawn Spider-Man punching and kicking people a ton of times. I'm like, what do you want to do? I want to like web up stuff that are lying on the floor and beating people with it, like bolos, and I'm like, that'd be cool, do that. And conversely, I'm not going to say the name of the artist or the writer, but a writer I know is complaining because he was working with an artist, and brilliant artist, gorgeous artist, and the artist gave him a note saying, you have this long sequence with a helicopter. I don't like drawing helicopters, they've always bugged me. I don't want to draw a helicopter. And the writer's like, it's integral to the scene, this is a helicopter, it has to be a helicopter in the scene. I'm like, why can't it be a police plane? It's a helicopter, okay? I'm like, dude, whatever, and he forced that artist, and he didn't get the best art out of that artist. Because that artist didn't want to draw helicopters, don't make him draw a helicopter, write something else.
That's great.
So you want to have
I
that
wish
kind of...
I could just be like, oh, I don't talk about kangaroos. Don't do it. That's not my thing.
To be fair, you don't, other than just now.
Right. But if I like purposely said that.
Okay, yeah, but you have a problem. Like if I said I just fucking hate talking about sandwiches.
Real conflict.
You could have
Alex
rats
is shivering
or
right now.
knees or
Making me very hungry right now. So which
You
one?
wouldn't like him. You wouldn't like him when he's
This is
hungry.
all. You might. I mean,
You're hungry right now. Do you like him right now?
like me is the question. But even so, you're moving towards writing full script. What was this? Was this still the email?
this is still this real nowhere land that I live in. But the stuff I'm working on now, on the secret stuff, I can't talk about. I've been trying to do more and more full script because you work full script, it's faster. Like you work this way, it's kind of like writing it twice.
Can you tell us what company it's for?
I'm under Marvel exclusive.
Okay,
so it has
all
to
right.
be.
Good question, Peter.
Yeah.
Really good.
Ford. It's for
Well, I don't know. It's super secret.
He's writing a
Awesome.
That would be cool if you could write comics for Ford. Well, I guess it would be Cars more. Anyway, let's little thing about Mighty Adventures. You're wrapping this up as Siege. I guess we don't know what you're doing next, but with this whole Avengers reboot, is it bittersweet at all? Finishing this up here?
It's kind of frustrating in that the Marvel that you're going to get in Heroic Age is going to be awesome. That when Siege is over, you're going to get a whole new take on the Marvel Universe, the Heroic Age. And when my thing that I'm working on comes out, it's going to come out in Heroic Age. But it's kind of frustrating not to be working on Avengers in Heroic Age. That there was not the last Marvel retreat where all the writers and editors get together and talk about stuff, but the retreat one away from that. Jeff Loeb got up and did this very passionate speech about how we have to.
I'm just laughing. It sounds funny.
How we have to cross-pollinate and share more of our characters. That more characters should be appearing in everybody else's comics all the time. And when I was working on Mighty Avengers at the start, things felt a little more territorial in the entire Marvel Universe. Like on the Spider-Man books, we weren't letting anybody use any of the Spider-Man villains. We're like, they're ours, get away, my precious, smacking people. And having severe arguments if anyone dared to use the Spider-Man villain somewhere else other than Spider-Man. And there was some of that at play. So like when I was trying to put together a Mighty Avengers team, a lot of these characters, when Brian was writing New Avengers and then going on to write Dark Avengers, he knew where all the characters were going. And for a while they were thinking, well, we just won't do Mighty Avengers. Dark Avengers will replace it. And then Marvel went, look how much Mighty Avengers is selling. We're going to keep doing Mighty Avengers. So they said, do you want to do Mighty Avengers? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then when it was time to write the book, it was kind of like someone told you you could coach the Yankees and you get there and all they left are the uniforms. Like, oh crap. So,
Tough.
yeah, so I had to like run around and I had to grab characters.
It's
And-
a soccer team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yankee soccer. So I was like taking the Marvel Universe tree and I was shaking it, and out of all the pieces that fell, this I thought was like the best team. But now what you're going to see in the Heroic Age is that everybody across the board, Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers, everybody, Hulk, everyone's being way more generous with their characters. So you're getting a lot of these, like when you guys finally see the reveal for Ed Brubaker's Secret Avengers team, that's a great superhero team.